So good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome. Before I start the event formally, I want to make a few housekeeping announcements. There is no fire drill today, planned fire drill today, so if the alarm goes on for more than 70 seconds, there will be hotel staff to evacuate everyone. The toilets are across the lobby on the opposite side. The camera is set up in the middle of the room, so when you're moving around, just make sure you don't bump into it. There is a networking session after the formal event, so please wait and enjoy the lovely food that will be served after the formal event. So once again, welcome everyone. I am Mayura, part of the core volunteering team. With me today, I have Mr. Ravi Gadgir, Samir Gujar, Reshma Deshpande, who was just, Reshma is right there. We have apologies from Jay Tehsildar, who could not be here today. Rahul Gholap will come in some time. Aarti Bodas is here. And Sushil Rapatwar also sends his apologies, as well as Rajan Shegunshi. I would like to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Yatin Kotak and Mrs. Rashmi Kotak. Who all are here for the first time? Attending an Ompeg event for the first time. So good to see you all new faces. For those who are here for the first time, a brief introduction about Ompeg and what Ompeg has been doing for the last 6 years. So Ompeg stands for Overseas Maharashtrian Professionals and Entrepreneurs Group, a community-based business networking group founded in 2016 by leading influencers. The idea was to bring together professionals to take up entrepreneurship, specifically for the Maharashtrian community residing in the UK, managed entirely through volunteering efforts, and run by it's run as a membership organization. So our members pay fees and contribute towards the growth and initiatives taken by Ompeg. We have over 190 fee-paying members, which includes a wide variety of professionals and entrepreneurs. Ompeg has become a powerhouse of diverse talent with community influence and impact. We are very proud to say that we have 40% of the members, women entrepreneurs who are first-generation entrepreneurs. In last 6 years, Ompeg organized 70+ high-value events in real life and virtually, including 3 mega business expos, which had a footfall of about 1,500 to 2,000 people. Until now, we have had 6,000 people who have attended Ompeg events across the UK. Since 2019-2020, Ompeg also collaborated with High Commission of India and many other industry bodies with the idea to inspire many more Maharashtrians to do more in their professions and their entrepreneurship journey. The goal was to raise the profile of UK-based Maharashtrian leadership, and we are very proud to announce that it has been successful. Ompeg has been successful in doing so. If you would like to know more about Ompeg, please speak to one of the team members here today, or alternatively, you can visit www.ompeg.org.uk. If you would like to connect to this lovely community, please download My Ompeg app, Ompeg's very own app. Anyone can download, connect, and engage. Special content privileges are for members only. A quick overview of the agenda for the evening. So we will have the 10 speakers who are present here today, the brilliant speakers, OMPEGians, who are going to talk about their businesses for another hour, let's say 15 minutes. Following that, we will have our keynote speaker speech, who will speak about his journey, his professional journey. And then we will have the networking session after that. Now, quick overview of what Ompeg Showcase is. Ompeg runs Showcase twice every year, in winter and in summer. We started Ompeg Showcase event in 2017. The idea was to encourage Maharashtrian entrepreneurs to come forward and share their ideas, their services, and their products with the wider audience. Now, we are very proud to say that over 160 people OMPEGians have spoken over the last 6 years. They have launched their dreams, they have launched their ventures. And it has not been limited to entrepreneurs only. Professionals have also spoken here, and they have talked about their dream projects. They have talked about ideas that they have to support startups. The ethos is very simple. We want to create a platform and bring all the members come here and bring their dreams out to the wider community. Today we have such 10 bright entrepreneurs speaking here. This is a supporting and encouraging platform. This is not a competition or a public speaking test. And as the tagline says, minimum efforts, maximum mileage. So the idea is quick 5-minute fast pitches, and you don't have to prepare slides, you don't have to go through all your slideshow and prepare to speak to the audience. It's 5 minutes, you present quickly, and you reach out to the wider audience. One note that all these businesses are independently run, so Ompeg doesn't have any association with them. So if you would like to speak about their ventures and you want to engage in their venture or invest in their venture, you can directly connect with individuals. So it is not, there is no collaboration of Ompeg with their businesses. On the format for the evening, so we will have these pitches. As I said, each will speak for 5 minutes. We will invite you here to speak. At 4 minutes, there will be a soft warning given to you. In that last 1 minute, you can have your call to action points announced, you can have your discounts announced, you can have your offers announced, or even take question and answers from the audience. So I'm just going to read out the speakers list, so we are aware of the sequence. First is Pradnya Punekar, Gaurav Jain, Ashish Kirtikar, Anil Kulkarni, Chirag Karnik, Dinesh Patil, Abhimanyu Kashikar, Sejal Chaudhary, Deepesh Shah, and Saurav Vasankar. So I would like to announce call out Pradnya's name first.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Ompeg community for giving us this opportunity to be here today and talk about our business pitch. People are the heart of any business, and at the heart is what we do at People Element. Hi, everyone. I am Pradnya Punekar. I'm a co-founder of People Element, which I've started with one of my 15-year-old friends, Sajita, who is among with us today. We started People Element last year in Feb 2022. Now, over this, the next 4.5 minutes, I'm going to be talking about People Element in 4 parts. Who we are, what we do, who we cater to, and how we do it is basically our approach. Who we are, our vision. We are the people partner for organizations, and we build engaged, efficient, effective, and empowering individuals and workplaces, and vibrant communities. What we do. Now, over a cumulative experience of 20+ years, which is put together my experience and Sajita's experience, we have come to believe that to build high-performing organizations, businesses have to focus on the key 4 pillars for one of the core, which is their people. And those 4 pillars are people development, people engagement, workplace culture, and HR analytics. And that is exactly what we do at People Element. We lay this foundation at a very early on stage, and when I say early on stage, at a startup stage, because both of our experiences, we have worked in startups and well-settled organizations of 50,000 employee size, and we've seen that it's always good to seed this foundation at a very early on stage rather than juggling with many problems when it's 200 or 300 people. And that's what we do. Who we cater to? It is for solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and any organization which has an employee size of 6+. And then the upper limit is, we don't have an upper limit. So what's our approach and how do we do it? Now, from our experiences, what we've worked with startups and well-settled organizations in India and in UK, we have designed a 3-phase approach, which is a very robust approach. Now, this approach we have come up from our experiences and doing a thorough research with a lot of startups. So what is a 3-phase approach? It is measure, create, and sustain. So what do we do as a part of measure? So One thing we have seen over our experience is that the founders or the senior leadership team, they cannot see all the problems or the people challenges. There is a beautiful theory which is called the iceberg theory of ignorance, which says that the founders can see only 4% of the people challenges. So the first phase is the measure phase, and the objective of this phase is to get employee voice, understand employee engagement drivers, understanding hidden people challenges, and introduce HR analytics, which is a very important part in the startup space. I think that this is one piece which a lot of startups are missing, the HR analytics, and which is why HRs fail, because they don't talk about numbers. It's very important to talk about numbers. That's what we do in phase 1. Phase 2, which is called the create phase. The main objective of this phase is to create customized solutions and fill the gaps that we have identified from the phase 1. Enhance people development and engagement, which will be aligned with the strategic business goals, and not just that, it is purpose-driven. So if a business does not have purpose or a vision, we help businesses set that as well. And then obviously create a positive, high-performing work culture. Phase 3 is called sustaining, where we do a smooth transition. Now we have 5 pillars, which is organizational development, leadership development, career development, team development, and graduate development program. So as how you all can help us is 3 ways. 1, we are conducting an Agile Women Leadership Workshop in the month of March. We all know that March is a International Women's Day. So we, especially for the Ompeg community, we are offering a 20% off, especially on that workshop. So any women entrepreneurs who is interested here, or you know anybody who would be interested and would be benefited from this program, please refer to us. Second, as a part of any of those 5 pillars which I just mentioned, we are, especially for the Ompeg community, we are offering a 2 hours of free workshop, which is a taster workshop. You, your organization, your teams would like to avail that and benefit, have a taste of what we do, and 3 networks and introductions. Thank you.
So I'm Gaurav Jain. I am the director of Ken Accounting Services Limited. As the name suggests, we are a firm of accounting and tax advisors. So we started Ken Accounting about 10 years ago. I started along with my wife, Shilpi. She's not here at the minute, but we are both qualified accountants. I'm a member of Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, and she is a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So we started Ken Accounting about 10 years ago, along with my wife, Shilpi, and myself. We're both qualified accountants. I'm qualified accountant from the UK, and she qualified from India. We have over 20 years of experience now working in various industries. Like our clients come from various industries like travel, IT, retail, import, export, and it's quite a big mix of different businesses that we have. We provide financial and management accounting services, tax planning and advisory. Everybody likes that, so that's our core focus as well. Also provide niche services like R&D tax credits, seed enterprise investment, raising funds through, if startups want to raise funds through SEIS or EIS, then we help them get registration for these schemes with HMRC. As well as we do the normal accounting work like the annual accounts, the quarterly VAT returns, the bookkeeping, payroll, monthly management accounts, pension, any company secretarial works. But apart from that, we are quite a modern firm of accountants. So we believe that any businesses, our focus is business advisory as well. We believe that we are part of the client's business. We advise them on company structure, tax planning, any kind of issues that they have. We take it upon ourselves to address it. We got a big network, of professionals. So if somebody comes to us and say, "Oh, we're having this kind of issue" or whatever, then we are able to refer them, be it HR consultants, employment and immigration lawyers, mortgage brokers, finance brokers, etc. we are like troubleshooters, who like to get involved with their clients and business and provide them solutions, everything under one roof. So that's what we do. Clients, like I said, it's a very, very big mix of clients that we have, people who are in startups, who are into IT startups and, different kinds of startups. Seen a very big, after COVID happened, we've seen a lot of inquiries coming from India as well. Got a lot of Indian-based clients, who are setting up over here. You're based abroad as well. We help them, set up their companies over here, help them open up the bank account, and personal self-assessment, company tax returns, so everything under one roof. So that's what we do. Yeah, short and simple. Any questions? We can always connect if, I'm here. Go on.
Are you helping startups or existing business to raise funds for crowdfunding?
No, we don't do that for crowdfunding. But like I said, we help small businesses, startups to register for SEIS, EIS, because that is very valuable. The tax break which investors get. So we help them, go for the advance assurance schemes. Go through, if HMRC have queries, then obviously we resolve all that. And yeah, so around that structure. Good.
Sorry, do you do any M&A paperwork in terms of audits and accounts?
Not M&A, but we definitely, like I said, we've got a big network, so we do help with audits. So we've got clients who are well, above the audit threshold, like 15, 20, 30 million. And we've got a network of accountants who we can help with doing the audit. Thank you. And thank you, Ompeg, and thank you, Ravi.
Hello, everyone. I am Ashish Kirtikar. I am the president for the Europe and UK region for ControlCase. So that probably makes me the only professional in this esteemed group of entrepreneurs who are speaking today. But as the guest at our annual gathering, Mr. Nitin Paranspe had mentioned, so I consider myself as a professional with the spirit of an entrepreneur. So, coming back to ControlCase, ControlCase as a company was established in 2004. We are into information security, audits, consulting, and all related services. ControlCase is a US headquartered company, but it's a global company which has delivery centers across the globe. Now, any organization, be it a small, medium, or an enterprise business, information security is the key in the market today. You hear about all these new regulations and certifications, and that's what we are into, a multi-regulatory environment where today you have governments asking for a GDPR, you might have someone asking for ISO 27001, then you have someone asking for any other industry-specific certification. So the biggest challenges majorly for the small and medium businesses or startups is that all these certifications lead to a lot of redundant work. So continuously they have to undergo audits and assessments one after another, and they have to follow the same methodology, everything. For every audit, they have to have evidences collected every time. They have to undergo the full process every time. And that's where ControlCase, with its unique one audit approach, has come to help. In the one audit approach, what ControlCase is doing is, with the use of our own proprietary technology called as the Compliance Hub portal, we have created questionnaires for almost 30 plus certifications and assessments across the globe. These questionnaires are basically plain simple English compressed versions of all the controls. So for example, a ISO 27001 with 350 plus controls has been compressed into 110 questions based questionnaire, or a PCI DSS with 280 plus controls is compressed into a 95 questions based questionnaire. And these questionnaires give us a unique superpower that we are able to map across multiple certifications, all the common controls which are available. So that means that even if you have multiple audits to multiple certifications to adhere to, you can just go through an audit once And those evidences can be used across multiple certifications. So that just reduces a lot of effort and lot of time which at the auditee side. Also, other scenario is today you do, let's say, a ISO certification with us. 3 months down the line, you may have a GDPR requirement. All you need to do is go on our Compliance Hub dashboard, and you will see that you will see the mapping that, okay, with the ISO certification, what all controls have already been covered as a part of GDPR. So you only need to work on the delta. So that reduces a lot of redundant effort that happens on the auditee side. So that makes it very time efficient and effort efficient. And as it reduces effort for us as auditors, we give back the benefit as a cost benefit, right? So that makes it cost effective. So majorly for small or medium businesses or startups, this becomes a very effective way of handling the information security on privacy audits and certifications. And along with that, what ControlCase does is we provide continuous compliance services. So one is achieving compliance, and second is maintaining compliance. So we provide continuous compliance services which include ethical hacking services like vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, etc. Along with that, we also do compliance officer as a service, information security officer as a service, CISO as a service, DPO as a service. So in case of startups or small or medium businesses, they don't require to invest in a full-time employee for their information security requirements. We can provide someone to be present on a weekly basis, once a week, twice a week, depending on contracts. So to conclude, ControlCase is like a one-stop solution. ControlCase One Audit and Continuous Compliance is a one-stop solution for your information security and compliance requirements with a beautiful convergence of subject matter expertise and technology. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Now, we all buy products and services from various people, some of them here. And we all go through some experience. And one of that experience, of course, we look out for recommendations. We always check with somebody else that we rely on to say, hey, how was that thing that I'm potentially looking to buy or take help from? Now, that particular concept in business terms is something called as a social proof. Now, social proof as a concept is not something new. Those of us, now, quite a few of you are young enough, but myself, when I was growing up in India, 80s and 90s, Doordarshan was the only channel. And there used to be a lady who used to come as part of the advertisements, and the person would ask that lady, Lalita ji, aap surf kyun leti hain? Right, remember that? Now Lalita ji would answer, and in the end she would say, surf ki kharidari mein hi samajhdari hai. Now that was the part of that social proof. Even though we did not know Lalita ji, she was a completely fictitious character for us. We trusted Lalita ji. And what it then happened, Surf became equal competitor of Nirma. So Surf became one of the brands that we quite widely started using. Now that concept is now widely available within the social networking era as well. Any of the product that we buy and take, people recommend them, and people say, yes, I was happy with this particular product or a service. But there is a disconnect in that particular service. One of the services that potentially the platform, as they're called as the reputation platform, they are separate from your own main offering as part of your website or as part of your application or the mobile app. What we have then done is we have built a platform for you to capture those customer services or the customer reviews based on the product and the services that you offer, and easily display them onto your websites. Now that way you are building your brand's reputation. There is a statistics that goes which says 92% of the people read reviews before they make a decision. And out of those 92%, 80% trust even a complete stranger's opinion. So the person that they read about, talking about your service and product, they are likely to trust that person more even if they are not necessarily familiar with that person. So what we have done is we have built a platform for you to capture these customer reviews. Now, one of the major incidents or one of the major things that typically in terms of the gap is things can potentially go wrong and the customer is not happy. On the platform, for example, the Google review or the Facebook review or Open Table, depending on what kind of product service that you are building, that person can go and then talk something negative about their experience. And you have no way of handling that before it appears on that particular review platform. So our platform then helps you to capture that review before it appears on that particular platform of their choice. You then get a chance to remedy that as a business owner and make sure that the customer feels happy, because there may be a simple misunderstanding. Most of these negative reviews stem from simple misunderstanding, and then that means you can then potentially turn that entire negative experience into something valuable customer experience for you and for your potential customer to look at. So that's the part of capturing process. So we help you to capture by providing you a landing page which can be embedded easily within your website. And the customer review then captured, if anything unfavorable experience, you get a chance to remedy it before it appears on these public websites. We also then give you a capability to display all the nice reviews directly onto your website, because again, your website is different than these review platforms and there is no connect. A potential visitor or potential customer coming to your website has no way what is happening in terms of your reviews. So we give that capability. And then the third one that we have also introduced is, along with the textual reviews, we also then offer video recommendation. I have a very good offer, if just next few seconds. So as a part of this whole service, I'm giving a 50% discount for those people who decide to join. Typically, there is a joining fee of £200 as a one-off fee, and then there is a monthly fee of £35, which I'm going to reduce it to £15 for those who decide to take up this offer today. So thank you very much for your.
So we are an IT consulting company. We provide consulting services around the products which have been developed by ServiceNow, Dynatrace, Automation Edge, and lot many other applications. So we focus mainly on implementation in their projects, managed services, staff augmentation, project management, all sort of activities. Sorry, Ashish, I will nick some of your points from here, yeah? So few of the topics which he mentioned, for this auditing, and we cater to medium to large scale companies. So few of the topics which he mentioned about, auditing, yeah? Auditing, PCI compliance and everything. So where the ServiceNow has developed the products, how do you make sure we are doing the auditing properly? So few of their products are for discovery, which goes and discovers their IT infrastructures, all sort of things, which can help the companies. When auditing comes along, when auditor comes, do you know how many servers you have, how many switches you have, how many routers you have? No. And thanks to Ashish, he will say, I can certify you, but you don't know what you have in your IT data centers. So we help the clients go and discover their products, what the servers are, switches, routers, store into their databases, and also with all the relationships, which can help the auditing requirement. We can also capture the certificates if they're getting expired. One of their PCI requirements are, if your certificates are getting expired, how do you know? We can go and discover all of that. So that's how we are. So as I said, we are a IT consulting firm. When I started up in 2014, I was a one-man army. But in 2021, I thought enough of freelancing. I'm helping a lot of other companies to grow. Why can't I expand myself? And that's when I thought, what can I do? There is a Deloitte, DXC, a lot of companies are providing the same services. What is different? And how do I compete if I have to go on my own? That's when I thought, okay, fine. Let's do onshore, offshore model, which all the big companies do. Because what happens is, even though the big companies give contracts to Deloitte or DXCs or Infosys, they end up hiring freelancers like us. So why not we expand ourselves and try to go a little bit bigger. So in 2021, we set up our subsidiary company in India, in Mumbai. So we have now close to 15 to 20 people working, UK and in India, supporting us in our projects. Our clients are across UK, Europe. So one of our biggest clients right now is Allianz Insurance, and hopefully a few more will come alongside. So yeah, that's what it is right now. So any questions, guys? Sorry, I may be going fast, but I may have gone fast, but any questions? Sorry? Yeah, I know. As I said, I was not prepared. I just thought, come and talk, and I'm talking. But yeah, as I said, so that's fair. Any questions, anyone? And thanks for this. I didn't come prepared, but you helped me cover a lot of points from here.
We are there to help each other.
Exactly. So probably we can work together and come up with some kind of common solution.
Let's stop doing the
Yeah, and exactly, yeah. Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, sorry, go on.
So, are we saying about when you say service now, is the headless kind of setup?
Yeah, so they have various products. They have IT service management products, which can incident management, problem management, change management. They have something called as configuration management database. I'm sure if the people are working in large companies, they know CI is configuration items, so which is called any servers, switches, routers, they are called as configuration items. So they have product for discovering those. So how do company knows what they have unless they don't know? So those products help them. So a lot of times when Oracle comes along for auditing, for license, do the companies know how much Oracle products they have or SQL products they have? So we help clients in their implementation phase. We also help them training their own teams as well so that they can support their enterprise products. If they can't, we can provide managed services as well. So in each areas we can help them. So as of now we are focusing on service now, but eventually it will be Dynatrace, which is the application monitoring products. When we'll be focusing on Automation Edge, which is an RPA. Again, one of my colleagues, you mentioned about feedbacks. So RPA can collect all those feedbacks and put it, in one single tool, and that can help.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Enchanted is a B2B SaaS product company. We started in 2011 in Singapore. That's where we are headquartered. Currently, we have operations in 11 countries, and we started very recently last year in UK and France. So as I said, B2B SaaS product company. This basically provides solutions and products for various different types of businesses. These businesses are brands, 3PL companies, distributors, retailers, anyone who is selling online. So if you know anyone or if you fall into this category, please connect with me. So just to give you an idea, right, what type of product we have. So let's say I'm selling this particular product. I'm a brand, and I'm selling this product. So let's say a phone. I put this product online. So I'm selling on Amazon or Shein, for example, or any other marketplace. I have to manage my catalog on those channels, right? So Enchanted has a product for that. We provide multi-channel order management system and digital catalog management system, which makes it easy for those brands to basically manage their complete catalog, to manage pricing, promotions, images, description, everything across all the different channels. Now this brand starts to sell, and then let's say one of us go on Shein and make a purchase. Now what happens is, once you make a purchase, you wait for the delivery, and then you receive it at home. For you as a buyer, it's only the front end that looks like. But we work behind the screens. So we provide those softwares which are mainly for sales operations and logistics operations. So I'm a brand, I sold this. So yeah, using Enchanted Product, digital catalog. Now I start to expand. I start to expand into different countries. Now I need probably distributors who will help me to sell. So we have a product for distributors who will then be able to manage these products in different warehouses. And they can also make sure that I, as a brand sitting in London, can still view what is happening with my inventory, with my products, let's say in Germany, Netherlands, anywhere in the world. So we have that product. Now what happens? Now these distributors, they start working with 3PLs, who typically then pick the products and then deliver it through last mile deliveries like Every, Royal Mail, Yodel, DPD, anything. So we have a product for them as well. So we provide a warehouse management system, which is for both B2B and B2C processes. B2B is more retail, B2C is online. So that's another product that we have as Enchanto. Now, I want to start tracking that what is happening with my products. One, as a brand, I want to see what is happening with my inventory in the warehouse, in multiple warehouses across the world. And then I want to also see that how my different distributors are working, how effective and how productive they are. So we have a product, Control Tower, for that, which basically gives you a very, very easy dashboard, business analytics, from all these different operations, of course integrated, and gives you an exception management. It gives you an information about whether you're meeting SLAs or not, which product is doing better, which distributor is doing better, or it can be your own warehouse, how fast they are doing. So all that productive information dashboards are basically ticked through Control Tower. Now I'm a brand, and then there is another brand which comes up, and it starts selling. So I want to see how my competitor is doing, right? So if that competitor, is it capturing my business from any other different channels, whether they are selling on discount, how much their products are rated, then we have a product called Digital Shelf for those type of brands who wants to see how their competition is working against them, right? So that products then connects with your order management system, makes you take some business rules, and then decide whether you want to load down your discounts, you want to manage different products, how do you want to do that? So these are like 4, 5, 6 products that we have: order management system on different channels, digital catalog, warehouse management system, Control Tower, and these are basically all our SaaS-based products, so software as a service. So far, we have raised 3 funding rounds. Currently, we operate in 11 countries, and proud to say that 95% of the funding has come from our customers who turned into investors. And of course, that's a very, very strategic decision also for us. Thank you.
I am Sejal Chaudhary. I work as Mergers and Acquisitions Lead at Alankrita Limited with Success Coach Nilesh. So before I proceed, I have a question for all of you here. How many of you own a business here? Okay, that's quite a lot. And how many of you are professionals but want to start a business someday? Okay, few of them. Okay, so the next few minutes are going to be very important for all of you here. I will be talking about how you can create, flourish, and expand your business with huge profits. But before that, I would want to know how many of you have thought of exiting your business or selling your business someday. Okay, there's one here. All right, another. So not quite a lot of people think about that. So that is exactly what I'm going to speak about now. Many of us are just working hard to create our business somewhere to reach to profits or heights, and have not thought about setting it on a place where we can sell our business. Majority of you wouldn't have even thought of making the business sellable, because most of us don't have any idea of how to scale or sell the business. As we know, the best time to have a map is when we enter the jungle. So we at Alankrita Limited help you on the path of not just a few thousands, but a multi-million pound exit for your company. After this session, myself and Nilesh are available to chat and discuss about your company, how you can grow and reach to huge profits. And we can also help you in selling your company. Currently, we are dealing with companies in sectors like marketing. Then we are also dealing with companies in cosmetic sector, IT industry, hospitality, restaurants, education, and a few more. We generally come across people who have some problem in their business or want to sell because of different problems. That can be like some people want to retire from their business because of their old age. So we help such people get the right person to buy, or we buy the company for them. And we also help some business where there are maybe two partners and one of them want to just exit out of the business. So in that case, we help. We also help businesses where there is a cash flow problem, or we help in restructuring the businesses as well. So I highly encourage everyone who wants to start and grow the business to reach huge profits, or have thought about selling their business, to reach out to me or my colleague Nilesh after this session. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would like to invite for any questions. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I always have. Sorry, do you work onto such a budget type? Like what sort of?
So we look at businesses which have revenue more than $500,000, basically.
I mean, on the M&A side, what sort of deal do you do?
So these are companies across various sectors. We are not very specific on which sector, but we look at all different sectors, as I mentioned before. Thank you so much.
Before I say anything, thank you very much, Ompeg, for giving us this platform and inviting us to pitch our products across colleagues. So thank you very much for that. So who am I? I'm Deepesh, one of the founders for Provide Solutions, and I've been a part of the Ompeg for the day they founded Ompeg. And I've been the member, and I really encourage you, everyone, to join Ompeg and benefit from them. In the last 10 years, and one of the things is that just August last year, we completed 10 years trading in UK as Provide Solutions. And we started as just creating simple static HTML sites. So in like, hey, somebody comes up and say, yeah, Deepesh, you work in IT, can you please help me create some marketing website or create my product website and so on? And then saying, you'll be helping so many people, can you please help us as well? And that's how Provide Solutions were formed, saying we will help mainly small entrepreneurs to achieve their digital goal. Over the years, from creating simple static HTML sites, we've grown to now create full-fledged e-commerce sites to a custom virtual event sites. So when I say virtual event sites, is during pandemic, naturally, no online, no such events like was happening. Everything was either Zoom or things like that. But somebody wanted to have their own platform where they could have partners coming in, showcase their booths and so on, speakers who can they manage their own PowerPoints and upload and timings and everything, and question and answers, and then attendees could then find out who else is attending and everything, and manage that entire event end to end. And that platform was created, and we had people coming from more than 10 plus countries, and 3,000 plus attendees on that 2-day event we did last year. However, why I'm here today is to promote a new product called HRMS. So what is an HR? When we talk about any company, a company is not by one person. It's a team effort, and it's mainly run by the employees or the colleagues, what I would say. And to really help them, you need something which or have a big team, like an HR team and everything, is quite costly. So we have come up with a new product called HRMS, HRMS, which helps us to minimize that cost by almost 70%. Now, on the HRMS, we have 4 pillars, what we call as talent acquisition, talent management, talent development, and talent engagement. Some of the core features what we have in the HR platform is virtual biometric system. Everybody knows that when you go in the office, you swipe through and so on, but nowadays people work from home. So how do you monitor that part of it? We have a virtual biometric system where they can key in their timing and log off timing as well. We have simple track and trace leave and attendances for them. One of the things we also have is something called happiness monitor. It's like how do you know or how do you ensure that your team is happy. Other things like workflow automation, probation management, exit management, which is quite important in terms of when somebody is leaving, why they are leaving. Quite a few more, but some of our clients include Mahindra, IDFC, Yes Bank, Kotak. The product is currently in 4 different countries, which is India, UK, Saudi, and Egypt. We have 100+ clients and more than 3 lakh users on them. And the key point is that you can have this product as low as £3 per user per month with at least 100 users set up you're looking at. But we also cater for a small companies, like say you have only 20 users or 50 users. You can go online and set up your own platform or own product in their company as on free. So for up to 20 people, you can have it for free. If you want any more information or would like to discuss the opportunity to join, please let me know. Thank you.
So, namaskar and good evening to all. And I'm Saurabh, co-founder of Xingox Foods, and I'm here to present a business. First of all, I will thank Ompeg and my fellow Ompeg members who are also Xingox customers and have supported the business. So, Xingox Foods. So, Xingox Foods is the online and digital company. We deal in fruits and vegetable and grocery, Indian grocery mostly. And we do not have any physical shop. So, it's a completely pure online business. Now, before we talk about Xingox, I would like to talk about how fresh products are imported and delivered to the end customers in UK. So, currently, they are imported in 2, you can buy it by going to the local shop or you can buy online. There are the 2 channels you can buy. So when you buy from the shop, so how does the cycle works? So products are first imported in the UK market, then distributor pick the products from international market, and those go to the local shops. Then this takes around 2 to 3 days, to reach to the local shops. And then customer goes as per their convenience, buy the products which are quite old. The second option is when the products are basically bought from the shop. So most of the website in UK are not like real online website. These are something which is a web front of the local shop. Shop has created one website and running the online business. So now of course they will dispatch and package from their existing stock, which is already old, which we have seen, and then send it via the courier service, which will reach to you next day. So you will be getting further, it's worse than the previous freshness. So this is a problem, This is not, this is a very basic problem. Now to solve this problem, we came up with a Xingox Rapid Distribution Network. So what is Xingox Rapid Distribution Network? So what we do is we package and deliver the products on the same day when they land in UK. So things will be packaged and delivered to the customer, end customers, using our distribution network on the same day. So this gives us the maximum freshness of any product which is possible, especially for Indian products. Now that's the major difference between us and other shops. So apart from this, we are a technology company and we have a IT infrastructure which allows our customers to select the 1200 plus products, I would say, and place the order within a few minutes. So it saves you a lot of time going and parking and other things when we do on grocery shop and feel very low valued. When you go in the shops, you know how the experience is. You never feel valued. So apart from that, we have a lot of niche products on our website which you don't get in the local shops, like Lal Mart, Ambadi, Suka, these vegetables or festival products, marigold flowers, different mangoes, which you will not get in the local shops. And of course, you don't know the quality and guarantee whether that product will be there. You wanted to make something, but you don't know whether that product is available in the shop or not. And you get disappointed if you don't see that. So we have wide variety of these products, better than the local shops and the supermarkets like Tesco and all. We have very good customer service where we help customers in whole buying order management, which you guys, your products are there. I'm going to talk to you guys after this. And the refunds and returns. So basically this whole process is very nice. Apart from this, with the planning, automation and management, we optimize our operational cost, and we can deliver you the premium service at very affordable prices, and without compromising any quality. The next thing is basically, so I will just cover my key achievement of Xingox in last, basically few years. We are listed as in the top 10 Indian grocery shops on the Trust Pilot. We have warehouse in South Hall, which is the Asian grocery hub in UK. We have sold more than 100K mangoes in last year, and like Alfonso, Kesar, the Sherry, the Langda, which you will hardly get in any shops. And we are recognized and approved startup business by HMRC for EIS as well as SEIS investments. We have served more than 12,000 orders in last few years. And we are, of course, environment friendly. We have created a marketplace for Indian groceries. There are a lot of distributors we work, especially Marathi businesses as well have tied with us. So why waste time and energy in going to shops? Just order on Xingox and save your time. And you will definitely get very good quality and with a good reliability, all the products at your doorsteps. So thank you very much, Ompeg, once again. And thank you, everybody. I'm there at the networking. Let's talk. Cheers.
That was quite a befitting finale kind of a pitch. So I was just sitting there in the audience, and it's not often that we can kind of sit, relax, and listen to all of you talk. But today I could do it. And I was just looking at the spread of entrepreneurs here and on professionals here. And there was an HR business that was being spoken about. Of course, accountancy. So HR and accountancy, two absolutely pillars of any organization. We had Ashish talking about compliance and audit and security. And of course, Chirag then complimenting him. So Anil talking about Kaya info technology. So again, a mix of information technology in there. So 3 people talking about information technology. Sadly, we missed Dinesh here, who was part of the food sector. And one of the things we were hoping he would be here, because Yatin, as I will shortly introduce our keynote speaker today, is from the food sector. One of the things that he does. Abhimanyu, then again, this was about digital catalogs and across different channels, sales and logistics operations. Sejal spoke about Alankrita Limited, and this was not just about growing your business, but even if you wanted to sell it, so wow. And of course, Deepesh about HRMS products. And last but not the least, Saurabh when it comes to Xingox. And if I may say this, I am a very regular customer of Xingox, so go for it, guys. So just to kind of give an overview, this has been a fantastic array and kind of goes to show how Ompeg is growing strength to strength. I think we are in the 7th year now. And so we do the showcase event twice every year. And trust me, every time we are kind of amazed at the number of new businesses and the number of new ideas that people in this, and we've kind of started using this particular place for the showcase event. So it doesn't stop amazing me at all. Now is the time to listen to our keynote speaker, and he is another gentleman who doesn't stop amazing me every time I talk to him. That's partially because I'm literally going to read out his introduction. But this is because this is perfunctionary. Personally, when I talk to him, whenever I have spoken to him, the one thing that absolutely mesmerizes me about him is how down to earth can an individual be, how rooted to the ground an individual who has these massive achievements with him be. And I think for me that has been the biggest learning. But obviously he's going to come here and talk about his journey, and I'm absolutely sure there'll be pearls of wisdom for each one of us to pick up from there. And during the networking event, obviously he is going to be around, so feel free to pick his brains. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, along with all of us, Yatin Kotak, who is at the moment Director Corporate Strategy with Rutland Hotels chain, a highly professional management leader with 25 years of global experience in the FMCG markets. And I was talking to Rashmi, his wife, just before the event began. And when I say global, it's truly global, because she was kind of mapping where all they have been, and it's from Kenya to Australia, back to the UK. And I am sure there are more places. And he's known for building strong relationships of trust and transparency. A very skilled entrepreneur, known for getting things done and out-of-the-box thinking. Leads from the front in full 360 company transformations. Leadership style is a dynamic combination of top-class business and finance acumen. He is an accountant by profession. Mentorship and negotiation skills. A game changer with proven skills in growing SMEs inside out, introducing new clients, innovation and increasing profits, while simultaneously improving relationships within the team from bottom up. So here is an individual who works right at the grassroots level. Skilled in coaching and mentorship, and that's something that I can vouch for. In-depth knowledge and expertise in collaborating and producing best-in-class global suppliers and managing relationships of all stakeholders. Consistently attracts multi-million deals from new business introductions. In his own words, Yatin says, "My goal is to contribute with tangible results to growth, innovation, create safeguards for economic and environmental sustainability through my work." There's not a point that he's missed here. I'm not going to waste any more time. Please put your hands together for Mr. Yatin Kotak.
Special thanks to Jaybai, who very kindly invited me to be a speaker this evening. His presence is definitely felt. A person that I call my mentor in my journey in the UK. I'm very proud to be acquainted to him. Thank you for the kind introduction, Reshmaji. I'll just start a little bit of brief introduction of my career in the FMCG sector and retail. I'm born in Kenya, came to UK at a very young age, did my high school, and I'm a fellow FCCA. Then I moved back to East Africa as an FD with a group of companies in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. And probably that was the first time I sort of came to the journey of entrepreneurship and trying to sort of create a bit of a journey from the back of the desk to the commercial world. It's the journey that I probably value most, and it's something that I want to share with you, how it successfully helped me work in my career path across different continents. I think it's more about engaging I think it's very, very strife in this room tonight. It's positivity. You know, I'm so overwhelmed the moment I came here. You can feel the positivity, and I think that's a huge, huge part of one's entrepreneurship journey, to take it into account. I think you remain positive, you remain very much focused on your goal, you very much remain focused on your vision and your goal as such. Also with that comes an element of engagement, an element of belief, if I may say so. And I'm listening to some fellow colleagues here as well today about their entrepreneurship journey as well. I think I learned so much about provenance. I learned about authenticity, whether it was an HR product, whether it was a quality assurance accreditation process, various IT platforms. And the last speaker, Saurabh, I'm excited to have a coffee with you later on, because I think you have an incredible platform out there, an incredible product and a service, which is something that I phenomenally not only endorse, but highly recommend that. Believe in what you say as such. And I think that's something that we all need to engage in our successful products and services. Please do not deter in your own beliefs and goals. If you do that, then you become a victim of yourself. And I think that's been a huge part of my career in believing myself. And some of the examples I can share is taking potato chips from UK to Australia, right? They have abundance of potatoes. And initially when I was trying to do that, people felt, why are you doing that? Why are you taking potato chips? It's nothing but air. But it's about the journey of understanding your customer base. It doesn't matter which industry you are, what sector you are. Learn the customer, right? Understand that, and if I may be honest, exploit that. And that's what we did in Australia and New Zealand. We took products from UK and Europe in what we call homesick category. The world has become global. We are traveling. We like different food flavors. We like different cultures. We have a vast range of likes, if I may say so. And in that process, you've got to bring in different experiences, right? Whether it's through product innovation, whether it's through development of different cuisines, if I may say so. Talking to my guest next to me as well about his food chain, right? It was so fascinating to understand that they've developed an Asian cuisine food, very much Chinese, but created a bit of a touch of his provenance or their provenance, which is India, and bringing that connection to the food to the customer out there. I think that's the gap in the market. That's the customer of the future, and I think that's what we would look into that space as well. I think when you look at different continents and different journeys and different people, you do come with a range of experiences, if I may say so. And some of the ones that I'll share with everybody is how phenomenal the power of digital platforms have become. And I'm excited that part of the Ompeg group is you've got some amazing dynamic people within that sector as well, because that's the powerhouse of the future, irrespective of what platform or what product or what services you have. And I've seen that change in my career, whereby, as earlier the guest spoke about, one of the speakers spoke about, the old days of Doordarshan, right? We didn't know what all that was about. Same thing as well, the digital platform has literally transformed in the way we talk about our product and services as well. And that's across all sectors, all markets, not necessarily food, fashion, or any of the consumer products that we may look about it as such. So highly sort of encourage people to remain in that space as well. Comes with that entrepreneurship also, keep in mind, guys, your brand awareness, right? And again, that was a word, or rather a product that was talked this evening as well. Creating your brand awareness is more about yourself, right? Being very much content within that vision, that perspective that you have. Holding your belief is a huge part of your own brand identity. People will come back at you and say to you, that's wrong, that's right. But if your brand guidelines and in terms of who you want to be, what your product wants to be, if that is very much aligned, then I can assure you success is inevitable and unstoppable for you in that space as well. Some of the other positives that I'll talk about, particularly from the food journey point of view, is think of the customer, as we keep on saying. They are the voice. A couple of examples I'd like to very much share with you was how plant-based food has revolutionized in the last probably few years, and probably more in the pandemic as well. In my one of my first roles that brought me from Australia to UK, I was working for a company called Bombay Halwa, proudly a brand name called Royal. And when we were talking at the strategy piece in terms of how can we change sort of an Indian mithai brand into a mainstream brand, and how do we connect, but without losing your authenticity, without losing your provenance, right? We all wanted to make sure that that particular dessert we made had the saffron, had the cardamom, had the elaichi, and heaps of sugar in there as well. But we wanted to connect with the next level of consumer base, which is the word plant-based. And that's when I developed a product called beetroot halwa. So you're connecting a beetroot, which is a vegetable, but yet it's become one of the most recognized, favorable food kind of thing as such. But you still kept that halwa kind of concept that was very important to us. And we engaged the next generation of consumers out there to understand and connect with, because they want a plant-based mithai, right? And that's how you connect it. So you keep your heritage, you keep your food flavors, but you connect with the next level of consumers, if I may say so. So these are some of the experience that I would say that please look beyond your current clientele, look at the next generation and beyond if you can, to understand how will your product, your service, and that brand identity that you are building should be taken upon that. Another learning that I'll pick up, having worked with different brands across different parts of the continent, from East Africa to UK, back to Australia, New Zealand, and coming back to the UK, is people in entrepreneurship sometimes do not think about packaging, right? You know, we hold the packaging, we create a concept, but in the digital world that we're moving so much today as well, the packaging is another important aspect that you must look into changing. At least I would say minimum 2 to 3 years, pushing that for. It's part of your investment strategy that you must look into account, looking at different call-outs that the consumers are looking for. Your product can be super, super good, but if it's not aligned with the market expectation, then it doesn't work as well. I use a famous word that I keep on saying, it's a 5-second rule, and I'm sure every person in this audience, when we go out there, irrespective what we buy, what we shop with, we get caught by a product in less than 5 seconds, because we look at the product. If it says high in protein, take. If it's low in carbs, take. If it's low in sodium, even bigger tick, etc. Right? And on top of that, if it's got any of the superheroes ingredients, even a bigger tick. And that 5-second impulse is very, very important as well. So packaging and building your product and service is extremely important in your journey of your product development and going to the market kind of thing as such as well. Important aspect to share with everybody in terms of, I won't use the word negativities, but real life challenges. And again, I had the privilege of speaking to a couple of attendees this evening, and we were sharing on the same notes as well, is what challenges does a particular entrepreneur face in terms of starting a new journey, a new business, a new venture, a new product and new services as well. I think one of the issues we will all face is what I would call the supply chain crisis. It's recognizing that we're living in a very dynamic environment, global space at the moment as well, and you must factor those sort of challenges that you might not inherently know about it, but as you develop your product and your services and your success journey, suddenly you can come to a bump stop as well. And I've come across those bump stops quite severely in the last probably decade or so, whereby escalating changes in foreign exchange, escalating changes in supply chain shortages, particularly the current war is not helping us, or the pandemic didn't help us as well. A sort of an example of the pandemic, if I may share, was absolutely very weird and interesting, was how a price of a 40-foot or 20-foot container changed overnight. Many of you in the room who may be around there, typically we were taking containers from UK or other Europe to Australia for probably about 1,200 pounds, and suddenly it became a 5,000 to 7,000 pound, whereby, you know, the cost of the goods itself was nothing, but the cost of freight was exorbitant, right? And suddenly, you know, you've invested your time and energy in building your brand, your product, your service, and suddenly you don't factor these challenges, it becomes a bit of a problem as well. Part of your journey, I believe in that is to look at in how we can mitigate those risks by looking at collaborations as well, which is another fascinating, I would say, negative that has turned into positive, whereby putting two brands together. So for example, this evening I've seen some amazing speakers here from IT platforms to different solutions providers. How can you collaborate together, right? You be on each other's platforms, either as products and services, and I saw other guest speakers here saying how they can work together with Carbon Box. And I think that's a classic example. Take that fear out of your mind that collaboration is going to be a problem. No, collaboration is success. That's the new journey going forward as well. The more collaborative you are, but hold your own product, you hold your own service, and you have your own IP, that takes definitely a much longer way in life as well. Think outside the box in that space. You know, if you got something that is connected with a particular trend that you're aware of, it being fashion, or being food, or being a particular need in the marketplace, please you know, do reach out to other places. And I'm sure you're seeing that already in the marketplace, that when we look at a particular product or service, we say, how did they connect to? But that's what's happening now. Collaboration is the new journey in so many ways as well. The other bit, if I would talk about negativity, and not necessarily in a negative sense, I think we've all seen the challenges in the marketplace for labor. I think we're going to even experience that even more, if I may say so, and that's not to scare anybody, not to fulfill the entrepreneurship journey, or to say that, where I'm going to be stuck in my journey of this particular new launch that I've done. Not necessarily as well. Again, you've got to diversify and look at the labor market, not only what traditionally we've looked at it. And I'll bring a couple of examples where I am at the moment as a director of strategy at Rutland Hall Hotel. We are a 4-star resort just north of London, just based in the heartlands of Leicestershire, and it's all looking beautiful reservoir. And if you're there, you just feel you're basically in Italy, right? But one of the challenges we've faced in there, which again I was speaking to one of the guests this evening as well, is people, right? And traditionally, we've relied on a particular culture of people to support different parts of the business, whether it's your housekeeping, whether it's your kitchen, or whether it's your front end staff as well. But over the last 6 months or so, I have been engaging in different parts of I would say, people engagement as well. And an example to share with you is, I've been talking to how the needs of people from Croatia has suddenly become quite a big thing as a market force as well or not. Last week, we had the pleasure of hosting a Ugandan delegation for a 2-day retreat. What I learned that evening was 8 out of 10 HK homes in Wales are run by Ugandans, right? I didn't know that, right? Again, that shows that how we can think using different market forces for labor, which is going to be a critical, I would say, commodity for the next 2 years, if not more, right? But again, that mindset that we have is that we can't engage with that. But I was absolutely overwhelmed to hear how that particular group has engaged so well within the HK sector, whereby when I subsequently followed up with the High Commissioner and the department there, those particular care homes in Wales where this particular community worked had the lowest rate of accidents, issues, behavior, etc. as well. But again, it's how you need to develop outside yourselves as well. Generally, the route has been, for most of us in this group, in this audience here, let's look at India, let's look at the subcontinent as well, but we don't think outside that as well. I think that's another learning that I'd like to share with us, that please open your horizons to expand on your journey of entrepreneurship and expand on your product as you go along as well. Another important aspect is looking at skill sets. I think that's another area of gap that I see coming up in the coming couple of years. Generally, people are very much one-sided skill sets, but I think the future generation has to be built on multi-skill sets, right? And I think that's an area that I think each of us in this room have in our entrepreneurship journey, in our business career, and how we go along is how do we diversify, how do we make different parts of our business exposed indifferently. So for us at Rutland, what we've done is we've engaged people to become mixologists, right? Because it's a very much, I would say, a career that is not many people out there as well. So it's become a bit of a challenge to get a good mixologist. But again, picking up different people within your business and developing them with different skill sets, right, is something I also strongly recommend and encourage everybody in this business on your journey to build your vision and your career as such. Last couple of things I'll look at is everyone in the business I spoke today in the room I heard and I listened to is we are all in sort of the people's business, right? Customer service has become a huge part of how the new generation of community looks at things as well. It doesn't matter if you're a vendor, if you're sort of operating in a B2B or B2C space as well. It is extremely important that from a customer service point of view, we engage quite differently as well. So it's an area that I would strongly ask you to look at part of your strategy page, part of your operational requirements, even your SOP, that how do we engage with our customers as well, because that customer front end has become quite a powerful tool. You can have a bit of a substandard product, your price can be a bit competitive as well, or rather uncompetitive as well, but if your customer service is not there in supporting in who you are in your product or service, then that's going to be quite a challenge for yourself as well. The last couple of points that I've learned over my year is what I use the word culture transformation as well, right? When you're trying to build successful businesses, and particularly listening to one of the speakers this evening about mergers and acquisitions as well, I think a huge change that's required in most businesses to have a successful exit, to have even a much more rewarding sale, if I may say so, is to have a culture transformation as well, right? And to be successful in your culture transformation, it's very important that we remove the word fear in our business, right? Fear has become a disease in many businesses that I've seen there, whereby you find the senior leadership team unapproachable. It's very much about engaging strongly in a one-sided way as well, but engaging at people by whom we are working with, right? You remove that fear out of their mind. Let them engage with yourselves. Give a little bit of authority to them, a little bit of empowerment to them as well. Hold their hand if they make mistakes as well, because that, in the long run, will not only be secure to your business as well, but will even build your brand and your entrepreneurship journey in where you like to take your business as well. I'm here for the whole evening. I would still finally like to thank a huge thank you to everybody for this evening as well. It's been very empowering for myself personally as well. I've been privileged to meet some amazing people this evening as well, and I look forward to networking with you later on today. As Reshmaji said, I am firmly believer in helping where I am today. I did not, in my career, there have been some amazing people who have held my hand, who have given me a guiding journey as well. And I believe that it's a role of each of us in this room to help and to do the same as well. And it's my open invitation to anybody out there in the room today. Please feel free to reach out to me. My 2 cents of wisdom that I've learned in my career, I'll be more than happy to share those journeys of mine as well. It's not about what I have read about it. It's exactly my journey, right? My travels, taking brands and businesses across different continents as well, and I'm quite happily to share that with you as well. So please feel free to talk to me either today or some other time offline as well. But once again, a huge thank you for letting me be part of this wonderful evening and a wonderful organization. And thank you to the volunteers. You inspire this group as well. So my personal thank you to you. I know it takes a lot of time and effort as well. So my huge thanks again for some wonderful setup as well. And I wish everybody best wishes for 2023 and a successful one as well. Thank you again.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Yatin Kotak. I feel personally we are so privileged to listen from someone like you who has shared his global journey to us, and we feel so enriched, so enlightened to hear from you, and you have shared an asset of experiences with us. So I think everyone here is really motivated, and there are huge aspirations coming out of the audience. So really, a huge thanks for being here with us. Thank you, Rashmiji, being here. So, coming to the people who made this event happen today, these pitches made by you people were so inspiring that I can see coming further, we can see many entrepreneurs coming here on the Ompeg platform and sharing their ideas and sharing their businesses, and I can see the community growing forever. So all the pitchers, thanks a lot for being here, and also all the audiences who came here to support them, a huge thanks to you. Well, I must say that I can take a pat on back on behalf of all the Ompeg volunteers that they really sweated to make this winter showcase happen, and that's why we are here. So Saurabh, a deep apologies for you, because it was just a technical hiccup that we missed you, but we don't want to miss Alfonso's coming to our place. So sorry. I don't want to stand between you and the networking event, which is coming in next 5 minutes. So again, I will say that join us, be Ompeg members, be together with us, and see this community growing. Thanks a lot, and we are now open for networking. Thank you. Well, before I close, I must say that there were technical people like Naveed Khan who was standing here and he's cherishing this event for us by capturing this in photography, so thank you. And also the Koftantra management like Vaibhav Khange and Nilesh Patre. They are not here today, but they made this event happen. So thanks a lot. Have a good evening.